What is going on, guys? It's your boy BG, and welcome to Common Sense, where common sense isn't so common. And before we dive into today's topic, make sure you rate this podcast and leave a review down below for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, I woke up this morning and I felt pretty blown because I did this recording yesterday, and when I woke up today and wanted to start editing, I have realized that this recording had a hell of an echo on it. And I was like, God damn. Because I put so much effort into my last recording. And it was really smooth. It was really straight to the point. Just the same as this one, but it was straight to the point. I got my point across maybe in less than 10 minutes. And I was like, God damn, bro, I got to re-record this shit again. But things like this is going to happen. And I always tell people that when you have a journey, when you know what your purpose is, there will be challenges. And challenges tests your ego, tests your positivity, it tests your faith, it tests many aspects of your life, yo. And that's really what I wanted to talk about. I guess this makes this podcast even more better and tied into this topic. There will be challenges at all times when you know exactly what you're meant to do. When you know exactly what you're designed to do, there will be challenges all around. There will be challenges that will test your mental. Well, there will be challenges that test you in these 4 stages of your life. Your mental, your physical, your spiritual, and your financial. There will be times you will be tested in those degrees. Your mental is your mentality. Like, what is your mentality? How do you go about your business? This is when it's a you versus you scenario. This is when you're battling yourself on a regular basis of your old habits and your new habits. That comes with the mental aspect of things. Physically, being physically fit to do the physical work of the thing that you want to do. Actually getting up, putting in the work for something that just putting in the work, really, just the physical work of doing things. Having a schedule, applying the pressure towards something that what you want to do. Just the physical aspects of it. Setbacks. Like, setbacks is going to happen. This was a major setback right here. I'd been playing these recordings yesterday. Now I got to come back again and re-record these again. I was pretty blown, but it is what it is. That's a part of the process. You just got to keep going. Life keeps going, and you got to keep pushing. So you can't let stuff like this get in your way. This is just a challenge for me because I like to have recordings ahead of time to a certain extent and be able to have everything set and pre-recorded. So when I'm able to hop on the mic, I could go ahead and just edit everything out all at once without a problem or issue. Or instead of me just editing and then record and then editing soon after. And I hate to do that, but I'm going to run into times where I have to do something like that, which I really just did recently. You will be tested financially. Your pockets might be hurting. I'll tell you that much. You might be able to be incapable of doing certain things. I know people want to say there is no such thing as being incapable of doing anything, but really, to be honest with you, you have to pay to play. You have to pay people. You have to pay for the equipment. When you start something by yourself, a lot of it you're going to have to do by yourself, and that's a challenge within itself, especially if you have a job that's not paying you enough, or whereas it could fund your career or what you want to get yourself into, where you don't have the proper funds to do it, and you just have to make a way. You got to make amends for it. So that's what will happen, you know. And I said mentally, I said physically, spiritually. Your spiritual, I don't know if I kind of mixed in with your mindset. Your mindset is what really pushes you, but your spirit really knows what it's designed to do. So your spirit will be tested in your faith and your belief, your vision, things of that nature. That all stems from what you feel really inside, and that comes from the soul. The mind just projects what the soul is feeling. Your soul feels the vision. Your soul sees it before your mind sees it. Your spirit feels it, and then your mind just projects what the soul is feeling. So at that current point, your mind is just speaking for the soul. Your soul knows exactly what it wants, right? And it's your job to follow how your intentions and your intuition. And your intuition comes from your spirit, right? So your faith and your belief and everything will fall under that degree. And you just have to make sure that you follow that feeling. And sometimes that's really difficult. Even through tough times, your spirit will tell you something to go this way, and you may go through in a whole nother direction. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be tested in that aspect of your life too. And I've been tested in a lot of those areas a lot of times, you know, and those intuitions and those intuition opportunities will always appear on a regular basis. It's on a regular basis. It depends if you could hear it or if you could really feel it. Because, like, you only way to feel intuition is when you're more self-conscious of yourself. If you're self-conscious of who you are and what you're designed to do, then you'll be able to be more self-efficient to detect your intuition, detect that knowing, instead of detecting that thinking that the mind does all the time. Your soul knows, but your mind thinks. Your mind tries to puzzle out stuff, but your soul knows exactly what to do and where to go, you know? If people want to go into the biblical aspect, not biblical, but I'm a very huge believer in God. And I do believe that God gives us the power to be able to get anything that we want. But to find him is to find yourself. You need to know who you are before you are actually able to obtain anything that you want. God has always been there. He's always been sitting there. But you're looking for him, or you're looking for yourself in the wrong places and in the wrong things, you know? So God is within you, but you have to find you before you find him, right? You definitely don't want to believe that you're something that you're not. And if you wasn't created to do that, then you won't find him. That's my honest belief, and that's just my personal opinion. Now, people may feel differently about that, but these are my personal beliefs. Now, like I said, once when you have a purpose, once you have a set purpose, and once when you figure out what you're designed to do, there will be challenges. And as it gets harder, as things get more difficult, that means you're moving closer and closer within your purpose. As things tend to get harder, you have to keep pushing through those days when it gets harder, because challenges mold people. Experiences molds people. Experience builds character. You need character to become the person that you're designed to become. You have to understand that your current mindset now is not going to be what's going to make you into the person that you were really meant to be. So you have to seek new information to elevate to those type of heights, because information changes things. Information changes a lot of things. And applying the information is what makes those things change. Information changes a lot. Once when you have the information to know how and what to do, this changes the whole game. You don't have no excuses to say, I don't know. Because the information is out there. You have social media, you have YouTube, you have all these platforms, these educational platforms that literally teaches you how to do many things. You know, but just to lean back on this topic, yes, information changes a lot of things. Information leads you into new challenges and situations. That's a whole nother scenario too, because from what you know, you may attract people because of the information that you know, which will lead you into bigger spots and bigger positions that will, of course, be bigger challenges. That's another thing too. So as you tend to grow as an individual, you just have to be aware and just take on those challenges of growth. Take on those challenges of uncomfortability, because it's going to get like that a lot. But when you're aware of that, no, it does not stop you from having anxiety or being anxious for something. It doesn't stop you. Like, just because I know that these things are going to stir up anxiety and depression, all these other things, does not mean I won't be affected by it, if that makes sense. Just because I go through these experiences does not mean I won't be affected by these type of emotions, because I am human. So there's a lot of times I'm going to go through these scenarios, whereas it's going to put me in somewhat of anxiety, and I'm going to have butterflies in my stomach and all that stuff. But those things are designed to happen. But also those things are meant to level you up. So if you aren't open to challenges, if you aren't vulnerable to kind of get beat up and scarred up a little bit and go through things that help you elevate, then you'll never elevate. Anyways, I don't want to hold you guys up too long. So faith plus great work ethic creates vulnerable opportunity. Once again, faith plus great work ethic creates vulnerable opportunity. And I will catch you guys later in the next episode of Common Sense Podcast. See ya.